She thought you disappeared. Do this and return like a storm. She won't see it coming, but she'll feel it. You got blocked on Instagram, left on red, her stories from that rooftop in LA with some new guy in a varsity jacket. Your name deleted from her Spotify playlist. Friends whispering at the bar in Austin. You felt the gut punch, the disrespect, the humiliation. I know. In this country, news travels in a New York minute. Screenshots, group chats. Everyone's a judge. But a man with a code doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't bleed in public. He disappears with purpose and then he returns with gravity. Here's the play. Clean, cold, effective. No drama, no paragraphs at 2 a.m., no driveway confessions. You flip the frame, you cut the noise, you put the mission first, body, money, network, discipline. You make silence work for you, not to win her back, to win yourself back. Because when a man rebuilds his value in America, the gym at 6, the side hustle after 9, new circles in Miami, Dallas, or NYC, his presence becomes weather. And when he re-enters, he doesn't knock. The room adjusts. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact logic. Vanish strategically, upgrade relentlessly, reappear with proof. We're talking timing, optics, social proof, and the posture that flips respect back in your direction. If you're tired of feeling like the punchline, this is where the joke ends. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel now. In the first pinned comment, there's a free deep dive guide to help you execute this with precision, templates, checkpoints, and a weekly rhythm to keep you ruthless and calm. You ready to stop reacting and start dictating terms? Good, because the next move is surgical. How do you cut contact the right way without looking bitter, needy, or invisible? And what do you do in the first 72 hours that makes her doubt her decision? You cut clean. You go dark without drama. You stop explaining because a man's silence says what paragraphs never can. In the first 72 hours, you don't campaign for sympathy. You make a move. The phone goes face down, muted. Not to play games because games are for boys, but to reclaim your oxygen. You clear her thread. You clear the photos. You clear the playlists that smell like her perfume at a rooftop in LA. You don't stalk the new varsity jacket clown. You don't even give him the dignity of a name. You don't ask mutual friends to check in. You don't circle the block like a stray. You disappear with purpose and you reappear with weight. A man with a code doesn't follow her story views. He stops feeding the algorithm with his own pain. He doesn't camp under her window like a teenage movie. He doesn't send confessions from the driver's seat at midnight outside her apartment on Fairfax. He doesn't turn bourbon into bravery and start typing. No more "I miss us" from a loud bar on Rainy Street in Austin with a shaky selfie and a song in the background. That's not love, that's leakage. She ends the call and shows her friends. They screenshot, they laugh. Respect bleeds out. You shut the faucet. No more begging at kitchen counters. No more bargaining with "we can still be friends." Friendship after romance is an insult to the man you're supposed to be. You weren't built to orbit. You were built to lead. You remove yourself from her calendar, from her options, from the conversations that try to keep you as plan B. You don't befriend her new circle to show you're cool. You don't ask her roommate if she mentioned you. You leave it to mystery. Men who are remembered are men who are missed. Men who are missed are men who subtract their presence and add their results. You want her to doubt her decision? Start by acting like a man who doesn't need her decision to breathe. You hit the gym at 6. Not because she might see your check-in, but because iron doesn't lie. You schedule the side hustle after 9. Not the fantasy business. Something with receipts. Door-to-door marketing. Contractor leads on LinkedIn. A Shopify store that pays your rent. Whatever is in your lane, you clean your car, you iron your shirts. You upgrade your haircut and stop asking for discounts. You stop debating pain and start cashing discipline. Listen carefully. You're going to feel the urge, the hand twitching to check her profile, the itch to just see if she's okay. That's your weakness whispering in your ear like a bad angel in a Yankees cap. What happens if you don't scratch it? What happens if you hold the line for 21 days? She expects a meltdown. She expects the midnight thesis. She expects you to agree to be friends while she auditions new men on a Saturday. When you don't give her the script, curiosity creeps in. Who guided him? Who's he with? Why does he look calmer? She won't say it out loud, but she'll feel the weather changing. I'll show you a picture. Joey from Tampa, average guy, 9 to 5 at a logistics company near the airport. Girlfriend of 2 years ends it on a Tuesday. He does the usual at first, scrolls her TikTok, sees the rooftop photos from Brickell, texts her paragraphs at 1:17 a.m., asking for closure. She leaves him on scene and posts a quote about new beginnings. He wakes up staring at the ceiling fan, feeling sick. Then he finds his code. He deletes the thread. He unfollows silently. He pulls back from the group chat where they keep telling him to just talk to her. He goes to the gym before work, not after, and trains like his rent depends on it. He starts a small freight broker side hustle at night. 1 deal turns into 3. He calls his barber and stops asking for whatever you think. He asks for a clean mid-fade and owns his reflection. He gives himself a 30-day rule. No alcohol, no nighttime texting, no drive-bys. He journals before bed and sets alarms with intent. 5:30, shower cold, lift heavy, eat clean, send invoices, sleep early. Day 14, he's down 8 pounds. Day 30, he's down 13 and up $100 to $200. He posts nothing dramatic. A picture at the marina with his uncle's boat, a suit at his cousin's wedding, a quiet dinner in Hyde Park. She hears about it from a friend at a brunch in St. Pete. He looks good. Silence. That night, her DM. Hope you're well. Joey sees it. He breathes. He waits a day. He responds with a period and a boundary. Doing well on a tight schedule. Hope you're good. No emojis, no questions, no invitation. 2 months later, when she asks to talk, he's busy signing a lease on a better apartment and negotiating a raise. He's not cruel. He's just scarce, and scarcity is currency. He became unreachable not by running away, but by running his life. This is the part men miss. They think the answer is a speech. It's not. So it's posture, it's optics. It's who you are at 6 a.m. when nobody's clapping. You're not trying to make her jealous. You're making yourself undeniable. The city respects results. New York doesn't care about your feelings when the subway doors close. Neither should you. Now, there are codes a man in America must carry like a concealed weapon. No contact is a sentence, not a text. Silence is posture. Value first, feelings later. No friendship after romance. You never audition for approval. Let those sit in your chest. They are simple, they are brutal, they work. Notice the difference? When you stop chasing, you start attracting. When you stop stalking, you start building. When you stop confessing, you start commanding. You call your mother, not your ex. You invest in your brothers, not her DMs. You trade thirsty reactions for deliberate actions. On Friday night, instead of parked outside her building in Silver Lake hoping for an accidental meet, you're in a quiet steakhouse in Dallas with 2 mentors who speak money and a woman across the room who notices your watch, your shoulders, your calm. Will you walk over? Maybe, maybe not, because now you have options, and options are a man's real leverage. Do you want the switch that flips curiosity into respect? It's social proof without the circus. Not rented cars and fake lifestyles. It's being seen with people who move. It's being invited to rooms that feed your future. It's the whisper that says, he's on something. Not flashy, strategic. A networking breakfast in Miami, a charity event in Chicago, a Sunday run with a serious crew in Central Park. You post once in a while. Clean frame, tight caption, no subtext. Let people project the story. That includes her. And when she reaches out, and she will in some form, your response is what separates princes from kings. Not the novel, not the loan, not the emergency therapy session on FaceTime. Your calendar, your boundaries, your tone. Is she asking for your time? It now costs, not in money, in standards. You don't meet at her convenience, at her scene, under her terms. You don't perform for a shot at the past. You sit like a man who knows he's the table, not hunting for a seat at hers. If she angles for friendship, you smile and decline. If she tries to check your temperature with a late-night hey, you let it sit. If she attempts to make you the emotional spare tire during a fight with the new guy, you exit the chat. You are not a therapist, you are not a placeholder. You are a storm on your own forecast, and storms don't ask permission to thunder. Still tempted to peak, ask yourself this. If she never looks back, would your path still be worth it? If the answer is no, you haven't built enough. Build until yes. Build until your mornings are heavier than your memories. Build until her name is a chapter, not a cliff. There's a moment coming, the re-entry or the refusal, the point where you either take a meeting like a man or you hold the line and keep moving. Timing matters, optics matter, words matter, and that's where we're going next. Because the final act is where most men fumble. They come back with heat and no frame, or they stay gone out of pride and miss the power move. Hold that thought. In the conclusion, I'm going to hand you the exact sentences to say, if you choose to reappear, the venues that tilt respect in your favor, and the precise signals that tell you she's testing versus truly returning. We'll lock the door on old patterns and deliver the verdict. Whether to re-enter like a storm or close the book for good. Stay sharp. The sentence is coming. Here's the sentence you've been waiting for. You don't ask for a seat at her table, you become the table. You don't return like a trickle begging for old scraps, you return like thunder if you return at all. That's the storm she fears and respects. That's the verdict America listens to. A man gone quiet, gone sharp, and then suddenly present with gravity that can't be ignored. Let's cut through the fog with one word. Ascendancy. That's the concept you hold, the key word you embody. Not just moving on, not just healing. You elevate. You transmute pain into presence, absence into strength, doubt into inevitability. That's your arc. That's the headline when your name comes up in conversations from LA. Rooftops to downtown Manhattan. Remember the playbook. It's brutal by design, because weakness in public is gasoline for disrespect in private. Code 1. No contact is law. You don't text, don't chase, don't peep her feed like a ghost with Wi-Fi and no dignity. Silence becomes your banner, not your apology. When you say nothing, it echoes louder than any late-night confessional. Code 2. Value before feelings. The gym, the side hustle, the network, it's not a montage for her eyes, it's proof for your own reflection. If you're not building something that would impress your father or your future son, you're just killing time, and time is a currency with no refund policy. Code 3. No friendship after romance. Stop letting exes orbit your life, draining your drive while pumping their own egos. You're leading or you're losing. Plain. Code 4. Don't audition for anyone's approval. Not her, not her friends, not those casual onlookers who act like judges from afar but never built a damn thing themselves. You put your head down, you make your money, you square your shoulders, you walk into the bar, into the office, into life itself, like a man with plans, not a boy with a sob story. Listen, when that DM drops, when the "hope you're well" hits your inbox, you keep your frame cold and concise. No essays, no open-ended invitations, no tickets to your internal monologue. Your words are currency, don't inflate them for old love. Doing well, on a tight schedule, all the best. That's how you answer. If she pushes for more, you offer less. If she angles for friendship, you close the ledger. If she reaches with drama, you counter with boundaries. Your time now costs more than apologies by the hour. Because here's the truth. In the US, nothing attracts more gravity than a man who vanished and returned with receipts. Nobody cares about your sadness. They care about your self-mastery. New York, LA, Miami. These cities don't wait for heartbreak. The world respects only those who respect their own reflection. So look in the mirror tonight. Stand there. Let the silence burn. Ask yourself, if nobody ever comes back, if no old flame ever offers closure, if the world gives you radio silence forever, would your results still thunder? Would you choose your trajectory, or are you secretly hoping for applause from a balcony you've left behind? Are you leading your script, or are you still rehearsing lines for an audience that left the theater? You want to return like a storm? Earn it. Build your empire footprint by footprint, contract by contract, minute by disciplined minute. Let the city hear about you from whispers, not whimpers. Post once, tight and clean, then disappear into the work. Let people speculate. Let her circle ask, what's gotten into him? Let the next girl in line notice the presence, not the performance. Your life becomes the social proof. Scarcity is your currency. Authority is the reward. You're not just harder to reach. You're impossible to replace. Now, if you got something from this, if you felt the heat, the call to level up and break the old cycle, then hit subscribe right now. Like the video and comment with your own code, one sentence, no fluff, that you're committing to live by this week. This isn't validation. It's a signal to yourself and to the world that your era of chasing is over and your reign of ascendancy just began. Because here's the law, the decree from the chair at the end of the table, and let it ring in your bones. A man who returns on his own terms answers to no one, not her, not the past, not the crowd, only to his code. That's the final word. Leave the old scene, build the new legend, and when you return, bring the storm or don't come at all.